It's time to spring forward on this edition of the Sports Desk. To opening day we go. We'll see how Torrance Little League is recovering after losing thousands of dollars. From the small guys to prep baseball, Angelo Gums left for the big leagues and left big shoes to fill on Kendall Field. The Tartar softball team graduated 7 seniors. Who's left on the roster this season? And Knights baseball is fast, but can they keep up in the Del Rey League? The B-Money softball squad can be money. But what currency are they carrying this year? Get fired up because it starts right now. Hello and welcome to the Sports Desk. I'm your host, Bonnie Prickitt. We have a lot of things happening in the madness of March, but let's go ahead and talk baseball. Great ball players here in the States begin by playing Little League. Lifelong friendships and trust is built between players and families alike. It's not just about the game, but about the experience itself. Well, for the last couple of years, the Torrance Little League family hasn't had such a great experience. A former volunteer was prosecuted and found guilty of embezzling over $100,000. The league has since recouped the losses and then some, and this first opening day under a new sky found new things to look forward to this season and beyond. You don't need a fancy clubhouse or an A-Rod-sized contract to enjoy opening day. You just have to love America's favorite pastime. As league play begins across the nation, Torrance Little League is recovering from a few years of financial hardship, but things are looking up.
We have a good Little League, I feel, and I like what they're doing with the changes.
Changes or additions that include 2 new barbecue grills and a training facility that has 3 batting cages, a soft toss area, and a pitching mound, soon to be completed. Free Wi-Fi is also another added bonus for parents and spectators. All of this couldn't start without a great opening day. The first pitch was thrown out by Alex Trombley and was caught by Alex Rogers. Nice play there, guys. Little League is where it all begins. You learn fundamentals, teamwork, but there are a few other things too.
Playing all around. I like the players here, they're really nice. I made a lot of nice friends here. And it's fun just playing here with everybody.
I really like to play outfield because I like to dive, so that's pretty cool.
Across the nation, registration for Little League is down, but not here in Torrance. From the 4- and 5-year-olds at T-ball all the way up to the juniors division at 13 and 14, they are just shy of 360 kids, which excites President Steve Gottlieb, but not as much as opening day.
I'm absolutely thrilled that today is here because opening day represents baseball, okay? Playing the game of baseball, getting your kids out there. So all the parents are absolutely ecstatic that today is here.
All involved with Torrance Little League are very excited for this fresh start, but none more so than the kids that get to feel that bag under their feet for the first time. And all the registrations closed for this season. You can still find out information for next year. You may also view schedules and directions on this easy team-based website. The fields are located just off Western between Carson and Sepulveda and over there by the bowling alley. Coming up after the break, we see a few stars of the Torrance Little League all grown up and trying to dominate the Pioneer League again this year.
When I grow up, I want to be a psychologist or a therapist.
I want to be a pediatrician.
I was hoping to become a chef someday.
I want to study law. I don't want to become a lawyer. I want to become a CIA agent.
Young people, I think, do need a mentor because, we don't know everything. And, all the people, they've experienced stuff that we haven't.
I would like to be a baseball player.
As long as there's somebody behind you, pushing you and supporting you, then you feel that you always have the strength to keep going.
Each of our children has hopes and dreams for their future. Help them get there. Become a mentor.
Will I always be working weekends just to stay out of debt?
Is a great college for our kids?
Out of the question?
Is the American dream
out of our reach?
Not if we can help it. We're the National Endowment for Financial Education, a non-profit organization dedicated to helping people just like you get smart about their money. Log on to smartaboutmoney.org today and start taking control of your financial life.
Never look a howler monkey in the eye. Fried ants are delicious. We finished a clinic in a rainstorm.
Really?
My students actually ended up teaching me.
In la keg, a la king.
Think managing a sales team is tough. Try working with 5 different villages. After 2 months, I was ready to quit, but after 2 years, I didn't want to leave. I didn't know I had it in me.
Turn 2 years of service into a lifetime of experience. To all the Peace Corps volunteers, past, present, and future, thank you for your service to your country and the world.
Welcome back. Since we've met a few of the future Tartars, let's go ahead and focus on the prep program. The core to any baseball program is a good bullpen, right? Or is it about defense? Or maybe it's about the one guy that gets everyone playing up to their best potential. Regardless of what your point of view is, the Tartars are lucky because they consistently have to worry about all of these. Let's watch Sports Desk reporter and baseball fiend Ghazal Hassan break it down for us.
The 2010 season for the Torrance High baseball team ended in the CIF finals. They had a player drafted in the second round of the Major League draft by the New York Yankees. The home field they play on is named after a current big leaguer. So the expectations for the Tartars in 2011 should come through loud and clear.
We're definitely looking to contend for the league title. I mean, that's always the goal around here. We had a good 3 years in a row as champs, and then last year El Segundo took that from us. So we look forward to trying to get it back from them this year, and it's definitely first priority for this year's team.
Well, this year as a team, we hope to make it to CIF again, of course, because we work hard every day, and that's where we want to get.
Our expectations, going to finals last couple of years is, we hope to do good again, and we think we got enough talent to at least have a good chance of winning the Pioneer League and hopefully making a run in playoffs.
Junior center fielder Tyrone Taylor and senior shortstop Trent Gilbert will be 2 keys to Tartar success this season by providing strength up the middle.
Tyrone Taylor and Trent Gilbert are coming back, both all area guys that are very good baseball players that'll play college baseball. So those guys are the heart of our team, I think, and then we have some some other guys that got to step up, playing other positions and pitching as well.
The Tartar mound corps is led by senior Ralph Ramirez, who possesses a fastball that touches 90, along with both a curve and a changeup he can throw for strikes. High school pitchers get an added boost this season as the aluminum bat, long a staple in high school play, has been removed in favor of the new BB Core model.
Last year with those composite bats, the ball would just fly, and this year it seems a little more, they hit the ball, but it's not as far, it's not as solid. So that's actually a big help for me.
The BB cores don't hit the ball as far as the other ones. The exit speed's different off the bat, so it definitely has an effect. I think it'll bring a little bit more small ball into play at our level.
One thing that hasn't changed at Torrance High, the rich tradition of Tartar baseball.
It's a very rich tradition. I feel proud to be a Tartar. My sophomore year was first team to make it to CIF, and wearing a Tartar has it's a big. It's actually a responsibility. We carry ourselves good. Student athletes, and it's a great thing. I'll say it is something we think about. We got guys coming back, that have gone on to play college, D1, and even get drafted. So that's always there to remind us. And yeah, obviously we don't want to let down the alumni. We got a good tradition, so we want to keep doing good.
Coach Turner and his team's recent success have held up the proud Tartar baseball tradition. There's no reason to think it won't continue in 2011. As Torrance should contend for a Pioneer League title. Reporting for the Sports Desk, Ghazal Hassan.
Thanks, Ghazal, for that report. Just a few reasons that they're going to miss Gums and Flores. Angelo had a .495 batting average, and he was drafted in the second round, 82nd overall, and has seen time in the Class A Staten Island Yankees. Marvin Flores is with the outstanding El Camino College Warrior program, and he had 28 RBIs last year. Trent Gilbert, Tyrone Taylor, Ralph Ramirez, and Anthony Condors. The fans are expecting big things from you this year, so I'm sure you'll deliver. Now let's move over to another winning Tartar program, the softball team. Last season, Tartar coach Don Glavich was impressed by his players' cohesive play and leadership. He was ecstatic when they won the Pioneer League, and they did it all by being undefeated. The whole team was full of jubilation after getting to the semifinals. This year, he has faith in his players, and that's good because most of them are new to varsity since 7 players graduated last year. Ghazal Hassan shows us the light is all around the tunnel, not just at the end of it.
The Torrance Tartar softball team won the Pioneer League title in 2010, going undefeated in league play and reaching the CIF semifinals. The Tartars graduated 8 seniors, 5 of whom went on to play softball at the collegiate level. This year's team captain, junior Danielle DeCastro, explains.
Our #1 pitcher, Lauren DeCastro, she goes to Austin P in Tennessee, Clarksville, Tennessee. Brittany Helm, our shortstop, or not our shortstop, she actually moved over to second. She goes to San Jose. And then Karina Scott, shortstop and catcher, I guess. Texas, University of Texas. Melanie, our third baseman, she goes to Harbor now. And Lauren Alferos, she was a key hitter, and she goes to Long Beach.
With plenty of new talent on board, head coach Don Glavage will have to make like a stone-cold blackjack dealer and reshuffle the deck.
You know, obviously the cupboard was cleaned out, but you know, there's a good core of young players here. We're going to be starting a lot of them, a lot of sophomores, a lot of freshmen. So this core that we have this year is going to be here for a few years.
It's like hard that we lost a lot of seniors, but we have a lot of good new freshmen that came in, so we just have to get them more focused and not so messing around all the time.
Sophomore third baseman Lexi Ponce will be one of the keys to Torrance success in 2011, as will her fellow sophomore, pitcher Christine Washington.
I think we still have a lot of confidence. Even though we are a young team, we've built a lot since the time we started, and we've gotten a lot better. And everyone continues to work hard and just do their best. So I think we're still a great team.
The Tartars will also have to adjust to some extra distance between home plate and the pitcher's mound. The CIF changed the distance for 2011 from 40 feet to 43.
I think it's an advantage because then the extra 3 feet can kind of help the ball break more as a pitcher, so it has more time to break and the batter's not really expecting it.
I think it's going to make an impact for a lot of teams this year. So I would expect to see some higher scores. We definitely had some higher scores last weekend. Not necessarily in our favor, but I think we're going to see a lot more runs this year.
Success for the Tartar ladies in 2011 could be as simple as just getting the bat on the ball. Another question is, how will the young Tartars respond when being chased down by El Segundo and North Torrance for the Pioneer League crown?
We're not scared at all, actually. We're actually very confident.
Okay.
Yeah, even though we lost people, like it's the same thing. We're gonna be fine. I think we're gonna be competitive. We do have young talent. They may make young mistakes, but in time, you know, they're gonna be pretty strong. So we'll take our lumps at times. We'll make our mistakes, but I think that we're gonna be just fine.
Reporting for the Sports Desk, Ghazal Hassan.
Thanks, Ghazal, again. With all the losses the Tartars have going to play college ball, they look rather depleted. But those key returners, the Alexis and Danielles of the group, are followed up with a few key seniors that are solid in leadership and focus. Natalie Ayala brings some heat from the mound too. Don't count the Tartars out of the Pioneer League season. And coming up, we'll take a look at the Knights baseball and softball teams. Both have some surprises, so stick around.
Look around you. 1 in 4 kids in the U.S. faces hunger. It's not always easy to see the signs, but in this land of plenty, there are kids that don't know where they will get their next meal. Join Share Our Strength in Food Network and take the pledge to end childhood hunger here in America by 2015. Learn how at NoKidHungry.org. Their next meal could come from you.
When I was a young kid in the Outback, what started me on the path I've taken was the respect and love I feel for these and all animals. So I had to tell you about an organization, one that makes a difference in the lives of animals all over the world, the Morris Animal Foundation. Visit morrisanimalfoundation.org to support animal health and welfare worldwide. Your gift today, mate, will give animals a healthier tomorrow.
Sometimes I want more information about what's in a video game.
Now there's a new way to get rating information along with in-depth rating summaries.
Players shoot lasers from an arm cannon and limbs fly off.
Check the rating and use rating summaries anytime and anywhere. And best of all, they're free.
Formula One Racing.
For more information about the ratings and rating summaries, go to esrb.org/mobile.
I've changed apartments several times. My roommates have always been trouble. Now, because of the economy, I've had to move back home. When my mom gets drunk, she tells me everything I do is going to fail. I get into arguments with her about her drinking. Dad goes to Al-Anon family groups. I didn't think Al-Anon would work for me, but every time I go, I feel better. If someone's drinking bothers you, you might find help in an Al-Anon family group meeting right here in our community. I found support there. You can too. Call 1-888-4-AL-ANON or visit alanonfamilygroups.org.
Welcome back. In the second half, we're going to be breaking down the Bishop Montgomery softball and baseball teams. The Knights baseball team is fighting to get back to that sweet spot they were in a few years ago. You know, the postseason. But losing players like Rick Hoffman, Eddie Kissinger, and Eddie McLaughlin, actually that's AJ Kissinger and Eddie McLaughlin, puts a big dent in their roster. The Delray League has a couple of new teams that'll definitely challenge the Knights, but having senior pitcher John McLaughlin, who brings his big game experience to the table, is going to help them. There are also some other players you're going to want to keep an eye on. Let's go ahead and take a look. The 2011 Knights baseball team isn't spending their preseason thinking about their dismal 7-17 overall record last season. They have a few more things on their mind.
Our ultimate goal is to go to playoffs because last year we were expecting a lot, but then it just didn't come together. So this year, that's our goal, and we have to work as a team to get to that.
Coming together as a team means you got to have chemistry, and this team has it on and off the field. The Knights lost AJ Kissinger and Eddie McLaughlin from the mound and as leaders on the field, but Andy Bershinger and a few of the other juniors are ready to lead, and they explain some of the Knights' positives this season.
We have a lot of faster guys this year, a lot more quicker, and we're a lot smarter on base paths. So we practice more on base running this year than years past. I think it's our pitching right now because our hitting hasn't been what we've wanted it to be, so our pitching and defense is going to be really critical this year.
Football player Miles Howard has a strong arm that's a new addition to the bullpen, but McLaughlin, Bershinger, and righty Alex DeGurgis will take on most of the responsibility from the mound for the Knights. This year, the CIF announced tighter standards for non-wooden baseball bats in order to protect high school baseball players. Doesn't change the game too much, says Alex DeGurgis.
As a pitcher, it's pretty much the same, but it's like we're pitching against wood bats, just only aluminum. But it's just gonna test our pinpoint precision now with accuracy and everything on the mound. We just have to make sure that we're ready for everything. I mean, just because these bats don't have as much pop as the old ones did, we still have to be ready. I mean, people are still gonna hit them hard.
The Knights are a young team, but they do have leadership, so if they can follow Coach Andy Marafino's rule of give it all you got and leave it on the field, then they might have a chance at a very interesting Delray League season. And the Knights are definitely going to miss the pitching and leadership of Eddie McLaughlin and AJ Kissinger. He's playing for California Baptist University and Riverside, that's what CBU stands for. And outfielder Rick Hoffman, skills at the bat will be missed. He is at College of the Desert. Pitcher Scott Brower is Colorado Christian University. There are some guys that with the right intensity to get the hits though, but pitching is the strong points for the Knights. Expect 3 key returners, Andy Bershinger, John McLaughlin, and Alex DeGurgis, who are all going to make an impact from the hill. Let's now go ahead and talk about their softball program. The Bishop Montgomery Knights softball team is looking forward to a good year, even though they lost Jackie Duran, Kami Karada, and Larissa Sandoval, who are all playing college ball. The returning players have a good handle on what went wrong last season and want to leave a better mark this time around. Let's go ahead and meet a few of the Lady Knights. The Knights softball team might have been young last year, but this year they are led by a good group of seniors. Chelsea Espinosa comes in at third base, and Maxine Vasquez, Angel in the outfield, and Jessica Reyes is the starting pitcher. And it's all rounded out by second baseman Carly Elder, who's a 4-year varsity starter.
We're going to be missing a lot of key players, but I think that we really come together as a team this year and filled those positions. And even though we missed those girls, it's made us stronger because we realized, come on guys, we've got to get going. We need to do just as well or better than next year.
The Knights' 3-9 Delray League record from last year was not parallel with their talent, and a lot of the losses came down to mental errors, though they're trying to combat that this year.
I think we're just instilling in our players and teammates that making an error, you can always capitalize on it with a big hit, or you can always make up for a mistake by doing something better for your team or helping your team and not letting yourself get down.
The core of a team's mental toughness comes from trust in their leadership, and these seniors are doing a good job.
Well, I try and pump up the girls and tell them, keep them cheering and cheer on everybody else. And
the CIF has extended the distance from home plate to the mound by 3 feet, which doesn't faze Knights pitcher, who brings more than just a good arm to the mound.
I'm bringing more a positive attitude. I'm also adding more velocity to my spins, making sure the ball moves more and doesn't leave it over the plate.
The Knights softball players feel confident in their hitting game, but Coach Jimmy Legaspi breaks down the rest of it.
It's going to be a much more hitting game this year, I believe, and a defensive game. If you falter in either one of them, the other opposing team could come up with some big innings. And if you boot a ball and allow them to open the door for them to score, some big things could go against you, which could profit for ourselves also.
So the Knights look to capitalize on their strengths. And as for the weakness, mental toughness, that's old news. It's a new jersey and a new season. The Lady Knights will definitely miss Jackie Duran, who is playing at Laverne, and Kimmy Karada, who's playing at Fairfield University in Connecticut. Both of these ladies were strong players and all-around leaders. Larissa Sandoval is another Knight playing college here locally at Harbor College. Go out and take a look at her play. And Becca Lozano, your skill and go-get-'em attitude are missed this year. All your players told me how great you were. Key returner Carly Elder is a 3-year veteran who makes an impact all the way around. Maxine Vasquez, she's in the outfield. Chelsea Espinosa and Jessica Reyes return as well. Jessica Reyes is a pitcher and Chelsea Espinosa is at third base, but she is the second pitcher in the lineup. That's all we have for you for the softball this week. Please let us know anything else you think should be seen here on the Sports Desk. Give us a call at 618-5762. You can email us at thesportsdesk@torranceca.gov. All of our shows are online from this year and all the years past at torranceca.gov. And most of our shows from 2010 and a few from 2011 are on YouTube. That's all we have for you this show. Please let us know any interesting stories you have from Little League. We would love to come out and see you. We're planning in the coming weeks to go to West Little League and North Little League, and of course Riviera. So if you have any stories that we don't know about, don't forget to get in contact with us. So until next time, Torrance, play ball.